The Nothing Phone 3A is rocking the mid-range market, while the 3A Pro, it's there alongside. But to rock the budget segment, the CMF Phone 2 is very soon about to come, and it looks exciting with a lot of twists. Well, the CMF Phone 1 was well appreciated by almost everyone, and it shows. I mean, why not? A solid chipset, basically the best software experience in this price, with decent cameras. Yes, no charger in the box policy is disappointing, but still it was a solid phone. Well, the CMF Phone 2 is about to continue that legacy, and this time probably with a fresh new textured design. And here's your first twist. The CMF Phone 1 came with a 6.67-inch Full HD Plus 120Hz AMOLED display. Pretty standard. But some leaks of the CMF Phone 2 now suggest that it might have a 6.3-inch 120Hz Full HD Plus AMOLED display, which is quite surprising as budget phones usually don't have such small screen sizes, as most budget phone buyers usually expect a big display for around this price. So if leaks are true, then I don't think how well this new change will be received. Like, I know a lot of people who will love this, but also some might won't like this, especially offline phone buyers. And also nothing mentioned in their MKBHD's Dream Phone video that compact screens might cost more, so it might be the usual 6.7-inch one, but let's see what actually happens. And you don't expect anything big in terms of display protection, but a 6.3-inch display for this price would be pretty interesting. What do you guys think? What you do get better in terms of protection is supposedly an IP64 rating, which for the price is justified enough, but again, will Nothing use the same protection used in their much higher priced Nothing Phone 3 and 3A Pro? Let's see. In terms of processor, you might get a newer Dimensity 7400, which you might think is a better processor than last year's Dimensity 7300, which it kind of is and also isn't. And here's your twist number 2. The Dimensity 7400 is just a little boosted version of the Dimensity 7300. Like, see the architectural difference? Yes, there isn't any. The same Cortex A78 and A55 cores with a slight boost on the frequency only. Like, yeah, you could expect an upgrade in performance, but not by a big margin, like barely around 5 to 10% better. And this time you only might get a 8GB RAM version, no 6GB one, which will be obviously LPDDR4X one and with 128GB or 256GB of UFS 2.2 storage, as Nothing might try to integrate the essential key button here too for AI purposes, and I think you will need 8GB of RAM as a bare minimum for that. Even if they don't include the essential key, they might include Nothing's upcoming AI features on this one too, and for that you need that 8GB of RAM. So I think there won't be any 6GB of RAM version, but again, these are only leaks. Now twist number 3 and the most interesting part, the cameras. Now the CMF Phone 1 basically had one camera, that was a 50 megapixel one without an OIS, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, or basically a cosmetic camera. But this time there might be an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera along with these. Like, the first leak I saw kind of manipulated me to think that there might only be one single camera this time. But after seeing the leaked CAD or CAD designs, it seems the third camera, or basically this particular camera. Don't know anything about the third camera, but I think this time definitely Nothing might try to provide an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, which will be a big upgrade, and hopefully the main lens might get also an OIS, which I highly doubt though. So yeah, 4K from the main camera only, and rest might shoot at 1080p 60fps, which will be good enough for this price. This will also run on the latest Nothing OS 3 with Android 15 out of the box, and maybe 2 or 3 major Android updates and 3 or 4 years of security updates, which is decent for the price. And we all know how good Nothing optimizes their software on all of their devices. Yes, initially their phones might have some software related problems, but they usually are very quick to fix them. And yes, AI features, when Nothing decides to release them, which I think will be with the launch of the Nothing Phone 3 series, this phone will also get those AI features, like all other Nothing devices. The battery size would be the same, that's 5000 mAh, but if it really gets a 6.3-inch display, then you can expect a better battery life from the previous one due to this compact size, which actually will be a dream for a lot of people. And this time with 50 watts fast charging maybe, but it could also be the 33 watts fast charging like last year. But anyways, you won't get a charger in the box, so it doesn't really matter much. And for pricing, it would mostly be sold under 20,000 rupees I think for the 8GB RAM and 128GB of storage, and maybe around 22,000 rupees for the 8 to 56GB variant if they decide to release that, which would make this a direct competitor to the Motorola Edge 60 Fusion. But it could also be under 20,000 rupees strictly, which I also highly doubt observing Nothing's price strategy. Okay, another quick update. Instead of the CMF Phone 2, Nothing is about to launch the CMF Phone 2 Pro. I just saw this banner on Flipkart right now as of recording this video, and it is supposed to be launching on 28th of April, so basically last week of this month, along with other products like the CMF Buds and everything. So this particular particular product which I have just reviewed or told you about might be the CMF Phone 2 Pro instead of the CMF Phone 2, and the CMF Phone 2 might launch later and with maybe one single camera and with some different textured finish or something. So if this is a Pro model, which it is, expect the pricing to be higher, like 20,000 rupees or a little more than 20,000 rupees. And the CMF Phone 2, when it launches, might be priced under 20,000 rupees, and maybe that will have 6GB of RAM or something, and both might have the same processors. So yeah, let's see what actually happens. So what do you guys think about this phone? Would you buy this if your budget is around 20,000 rupees? Let me know in the comments and watch these videos too if possible. Until the next one, this was Ridip. See you guys.